On this episode of Nerds Talking the Podcast, the nerds talk about the new Adam Sandler hit movie on Netflix, You're So Not Invited to My Bar Mitzvah. Also, Lafayette has a problem with The Warrior on HBO Max, and the vasectomy update you've all been waiting for. And Deadeye's the podcast about actors who've been replaced or fired right before or during filming of a movie or TV show. All that and more on this episode of Nerds Talking the Podcast. Now start the show.
Nerds Talking, the podcast.
Yo, we talk about lightsabers, stunning your TV screens, what you want to stream, everything beyond your dreams. Want to talk about movies, sports, or even politics? Go ahead and tune into us, we'll give you all of it. Whatever you're debating, Xbox or PlayStation, Marvel or DC, Mac or PC. Teraflops when the movie drops, gigabytes, chips, RAM, no matter what it is, we got all of it. Welcome to the show.
Nerds Talking, the podcast.
Welcome to Nerds Talking the Podcast. I'm here with Carlos, Laura, Johnny, and I'm Lafayette. Another episode for your mind to get blown. That's right. Thanks for joining us here on Nerds Talking the Podcast, all over the world as you are. And you can reach us at nerdstalkingthepodcast@yahoo.com, I think. Carlos, is that correct?
Just nerdstalking@yahoo.com.
Okay, there you go. Nerdstalking@yahoo.com. Maybe you have something you want to be on the show or you want to talk about, like we can bring it up and so forth. So there you go. Real quick before we continue on, in theaters this weekend, The Equalizer 3. Anybody interested in seeing Denzel take on the mafia in Italy?
Yeah, the first two were great.
They were pretty good. Yeah, were pretty good.
Okay. First one was great. Second one was
it was hard
good.
To.
You know who's in this one?
Yes.
Ooh.
Is it John Cena?
No, it's not.
He's in everything.
Remember the movie Man on Fire? Denzel movie.
Oh, yes. Is Dakota Fanning in this?
Yeah, she's
Dakota Fanning is in part 3.
I'm a big fan.
Yeah. So Dakota Fanning, there you guys go. Check.
Have you ever seen the first one with her and Sean Penn? It was
the first what? Yeah,
first movie. Is it I Am Sam?
Oh, she's in
that
I Am
one?
Sam.
Yeah, that's like her debut.
That's where he went full retard.
Hey, whoa.
You're not supposed to
go. You never go full retard.
But she will make you fucking cry your eyes out.
Oh, but she wasn't handicapped, right?
No.
Sam was.
Sam was. She was like, they had sympathy for Sam, and are you sure that was her first role though?
I mean, she might have had a commercial or something, but I think it was her first.
Sam found love.
Oh, Sam. No, he's
gonna cut this shit off right away. Look at her. She's doing already. Look at her.
No, I mean, I don't know if he found love, but I know he was down for love.
I knew that was coming. That's where he went. That's where he went to go look for love.
All right. I'll let it slide.
Thank you, Laura. Since you're here, let's. Why don't you tell me a story? Why don't you tell me a story about snip, snip, tuck, tuck?
Oh, we need an update.
Snip,
yes,
tuck,
we need an update on your husband's status and how that went for him.
The deed has been done.
Oh wow.
It's snip, snip. It was completed. The level of bitching was less than I had feared, more than maybe I had hoped. But
didn't you just hope for him to shut the fuck up and take it? Like,
yes, exactly.
So anything would have been more than you would have hoped.
Yes. So he spent the weekend in bed. He did man up on Sunday, and I was like, "Are you gonna let me sleep in?" Because we do like an alternating day. Like Saturdays he sleeps in, Sundays I sleep in. He spent the entirety of Saturday hiding in the bedroom, door closed, with my care package, like all the donuts, all the Sour Patch Kids, and just like holed up in the bedroom with his computer and just watched movies. So Sunday I was like, "So are you gonna get up with the kids, or do you want me to get up?" And he's like, I'll get up with the kids." And I'm like, "Damn straight you will." And so he took it in stride.
Sounds like a
was
loving
impressed.
marriage. Yeah,
it is.
That's the kind of relationship. You better get the fuck up, motherfucker.
I just imagine.
Like I said, I talk a big game. We do love each other. We're nice to each other.
Him in the room with his laptop, and you're like, "All right, let him watch his movies," and he's crying as he's watching porn. She's like, never the same, never the same.
Never the same.
He just like slams the computer shut. No, you leave me alone.
Sees all these commercials with Bob
can't-
Barker talking about spaying your dogs and shit.
Why?
Bob
Because
just
he
died,
can't- No,
too.
And Bob
It's
just
not.
died.
I feel like there's a general misunderstanding of the process.
Now he's not afraid to possibly taste it.
No, it's all the same. A person who has a vasectomy all looks this like the performance from an external perspective is exactly the same. All the seminal fluid comes out. It just doesn't contain sperm that comes from your testicles. The vas deferens is severed, but everything is the same.
The vast difference is there's no sperm. That's the vast difference.
This clever motherfucker right here.
Right?
Look
You a
at him
doctor?
with the-
Are you a doctor, sir?
Good wordplay.
I like how somebody like
Props.
has an accident. We need a doctor. He comes over. This man had a vasectomy and he's having a heart attack. Ooh, can't help him. First of all, no one has a vasectomy on the spot. Well, I gotta go then.
I mean, I haven't taken it for a test drive. It's only been like,
Heyo.
what, 5
Oh,
days.
Yeah, don't do that.
And
You,
it's
you might.
like I think they recommend a week. So
All right.
you
Well,
know.
there you go. Well, there
So
you
it's
go.
been a while.
On day 7, wake your ass up.
Mhm.
That's
Force it.
unlikely to be the case in a couple that have been together for 21 years.
It's
I'm
like
not
he's in
waking
the,
anybody's up.
But aren't you gonna wait for the follow-up test to make sure?
Oh, well, to take the test drive, minus
the action.
the barrier methods. Yes.
Yeah.
The shit happened.
Basically, it's like
Barrier-
it's like
Are
You
we
guys
doing
aren't familiar with the
landscaping? Like-
terminology.
it's
Barrier methods.
You know,
are
grab it by the
birth
hand and choke the shit out of it.
yeah, like you just pissed off at it. You stupid bastard! Spit up,
Spit
spit
in a
up.
ketchup bottle.
There are different kinds of birth control: hormonal birth control or barrier method birth controls. Barrier method is
Yeah, you stay over there. I'll
physically
stay over here. Stay on
a
your side of the barrier.
barrier.
Yeah, like I said, it's like
Between.
dry humping in 7th grade. Exactly.
No, it includes condoms, diaphragms.
Whoa,
all that
whoa,
kind of
What do we
stuff.
look like? A sex ed class? Get over yourself.
I'm just
The fuck is
giving
We go
you
raw.
the deets. No raw dogging until the test comes back.
Oh, yeah. The show's just turned into the worst show
And Taylor,
ever.
we just turned into the
Hell yeah,
freaking
we did.
home
Yeah.
improvement.
That's right. Okay, yeah. Okay, well, there you go. There's the update. So it sounds like he's on his way to a full recovery of depression. So
Well, yes, he's done a little bit of complaining about his nuts in the last day or so. And every time I say, "Okay, it hurts. Have you taken ibuprofen?" No.
wow, what a way to
I'm
put
like,
it.
Okay, maybe you should go take something.
Yeah,
You're
wash it down with a glass of shut the
verbalizing.
fuck up with
I'm
ice.
just saying, you can't complain about something you have your
Crushed ice.
full ability to change. That's my thing, right? Like if I complain I have a headache and I've already taken the ibuprofen and the Tylenol to get rid of it, that's a legit complaint. You have taken steps to remedy it. Now you can complain. If you haven't taken no steps and you still complain, shut your ass up before you go do the thing.
What if you can't take any steps, but yet you complain because you have a dislocated toe?
Oh, that's
You can
not right.
still
Don't do
take an
that. Don't bring it
ibuprofen
back.
about
Don't,
a dislocated toe.
don't. I mean,
Wow.
that's a deep cut.
Wow.
It's like a
You
knife.
started so good too. You were so clever. No.
I know, and he turned it right on.
No,
you.
that's
He turned it right
that's a
on you.
low hanging fruit, my friend.
Like, that's
No,
okay,
Austin
That's
has
Laura's.
low-hanging
I was gonna say
fruit.
that's Austin.
You got a dislocated toe.
I was gonna say.
Everything's the same according to Laura. What's bigger than the other, but
my favorite-
everything is the same.
My favorite part is like, oh, my nuts hurt. Take some fucking Tylenol, bitch. Like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
Bedside manner.
Cliff Notes version of what I said.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Well, there's our update. I mean, I like how Austin's nuts is part of our show's updates.
I know, and he has no idea. He doesn't listen to this podcast. It's like, in case you're wondering, you're a primary character on the last couple episodes.
Right? He's like, I'm not gonna listen, but let me know. Oh, we talk about your nuts. Oh, what the fuck? And then all you say back to him is, take some Tylenol, bitch.
It's better that I don't let him know. Just let this post under the radar.
Like, just skip episode like 154 and 55. There you go.
Oh, he's never listened to any of this shit.
Oh no, he doesn't want to. He doesn't support the wife.
He listens to me talk enough. He doesn't need to hear me talk.
That's what it is, too. That's what it is.
Totally.
This is a very good point.
He's like, I've hit my fucking quota with your mouth.
What if he like turned it on?
I want to hear more.
Yeah, he turns on one of the podcasts, and then he fucking did this, and he won't clean up after. He doesn't do the dishes. He's like, what the shit?
It's like
he does all the dishes in this house. I will give that as his props. He does all the fucking dishes in this house. I cook all the meals. He does all the dishes.
But listening to the podcast is like listening to a comedy record for him. He's like, oh fuck, I already went to the live show. I don't.
Exactly. Yeah.
What I buy this for?
Yeah. Why am I listening to this shit again? That's too good. All right. Well, there we go. We got our update. We have our update. Here's a little update. This is for you Adam Sandler fans. I know there's a ton of them out there. Number one movie on Netflix, and his latest movie, the highest rated ever in his career, a 96 on Rotten Tomato.
Thanks to him not being in it very much.
What is it?
He is the producer, and I think
so not invited to my bar mitzvah.
Yeah, he's the producer and I think writer, right? And it stars his daughter, if I'm not mistaken.
Stars his whole family, his 2 daughters, his wife, and himself.
Yeah, wait, which one is the wife? The wife is the
best friend's mom.
That's what I thought. The best friend's mom. Yeah, he literally put his whole family in the movie. Yeah,
he did.
Good movie though. I enjoyed it. Yeah.
I saw the trailer and I wanted to watch it, and I thought about suggesting it for the podcast, but then I didn't. And then I got locked out of Netflix.
All these things happening to you all at once. All at once. Yeah. So Adam Sandler, number one movie on Netflix, and his highest rated movie yet. I mean, they call it his movie because he's the producer, and again, I think
Happy Madison.
It is the Happy Madison project. Yeah,
but no, I agree with Laura. It was a pretty good movie, but not my kind of movie.
She didn't watch it.
Oh,
you can't agree with her.
Oh,
I just watched the like clip.
Yeah, said, Lafayette said he liked it.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. I mean, it's not my kind of movie, but it's definitely good because it's a, I guess, a tween movie. I guess
it is. It's a tween. It's a for female tweens. Yes.
And his daughter, she can act. She did well. It was a good movie.
Yeah.
And her older sister is her real daughter, or her real sister. That's Adam's.
Oh yeah, you could tell for sure. And the older,
they look like the mom.
Yeah, and they could both act. They were both really good. Yeah. They were both.
That makes me want to watch it even more. I didn't know that was his real kids. That makes me warm and fuzzy. I want to watch it even more now.
Yeah, check it out. It's called "You're So Not Invited to My Bar Mitzvah" on Netflix. Check it out. You know what? Also, Johnny, you caught up on Warrior?
I am caught up on Warrior.
And Carlos, did you watch all of season 3 also?
Oh yeah, the last episode was so good.
So you're telling me that I'm up to episode 9.
There's 10 episodes.
No. But number 10 makes up for all the other crap I had to go through. Because it's
very
much
like episode 6 was super good. That's like one of the best episodes.
I know, but this show has the same problem as Star Wars. It just revolves right back to the beginning of the same thing. It's like, we're right back to the problem, the main plot point again of the show. Which is the Irish want to get rid of the Chinese, and all the Chinese are fighting each other for territory. And then they're trying to stop, and it's a revolving door, the same plot points. And I'm like, it's cool. They took it out of like a one point, it took it out, and it took it to like, I think the episode you're talking about where they take it to like the town
mission, the Spanish
mission. Yeah. And I was like, here was something different. This is awesome. And then it just went right back to the same thing. And I was like, oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure after you watch the last episode, you'd be like, it's going to be tough to do the same story if they get another season.
That's the thing. I've heard episode 10, like Carlos said, is like, holy shit, this is badass. But again, it did feel like more of the same. And I'm not complaining. I'll take more of the same because it is the second best martial arts show on television. But,
All right. What's number
Cobra
one?
Kai. I didn't Cobra
Thank
Kai.
you, Cobra fucking Kai, bitch.
Cobra fucking Kai.
I mean, motherfucker got kicked off of school, fucking balcony banister and broke his neck, and other kid got thrown through a kitchen window. It wasn't even
Bounced
their
right
house.
back,
How the
baby.
fuck did that even happen, yo?
I
He
love
bounced
that
right
fucking
back.
show. God,
And
I
nobody in
cannot wait for
Cobra
it to
Kai-
come back.
Nobody in Cobra Kai can pull off a 1-inch punch. You look for that in episode 10. It was so cool.
I mean, if that's the highlight, I mean, Cobra Kai has way more highlights than that. I mean, it's no comparison.
I want Cobra Kai to bring back that one guy. Like,
I mean,
if somebody like passes away on Cobra Kai, put him in a body bag. Yeah.
No, remember when Johnny went to Mexico and beat the cartel up by himself to save his kid?
Johnny
So-
can never
That
do
was
that.
a really dumb episode.
I mean, just say it. What a
Wait, that
stupid
really
show.
happened?
What?
Yeah.
Wait, do you not watch Cobra
No,
Kai?
I haven't seen Cobra Kai. Did that really happen? I thought you
Yeah.
were making fun of Warrior.
No, he walked into a nightclub and whooped the shit out of some
Whooped the shit
cartel.
out of
and
cartel.
Left the country. I'm like, no, I gotta go. I gotta go back to the U.S.
Yeah, took his kid back with him.
Ooh.
Yeah. No, it wasn't his kid, right? He was
It wasn't
saving,
his kid. He
Miguel.
took Miguel.
Oh, it's
Saving-
Miguel.
Yeah, he was saving Blue Beetle.
His kid came
His
with him to
surrogate
help.
kid.
But
Yeah, his kid came with them. So they can both kick the cartel's ass. That's right. Now you tell me Warrior's better, you punk bitch.
No, you're right. I didn't know this was based on a true story.
So anyway, just kind of a Warrior update. I had to catch up with it because I had no so behind, and then I just wasn't kind of in a circle of the same shit. But hey, it is
Well,
fun though. It is fun.
I mean, if we're talking about what we're watching,
Yeah,
and
what do
what's
you
really
watch?
good,
My
I mean, how good are you, the show you watched? Go ahead, tell me.
I am watching Justified Primeval, City Primeval. I'm not quite done yet. It has been completed. I don't have the last 2 episodes yet. And I am in cloud fucking 9 on this show. I forgot how much I love Justified. Did anybody? I did not forget, but just reliving it. Did anybody watch Justified? when it
What
was
is
on FX?
Justified? Who's in Justified, and where can I find it?
Okay. Justified was a show on FX starring Timothy Oliphant and
course.
Walton Goggins, and it was a fucking fantastic show based on Elmore Leonard, he's a writer. He writes books, but he is like a powerhouse in terms of Hollywood adaptation. So like Get Shorty. I'm trying to think. There's like everything that he's ever done has been adapted into a
Walker,
movie.
Texas
of
Ranger.
some kind. No, that wasn't it. It wasn't one of his. But okay, that was the show. And
The Lone Ranger
then,
and Squanto.
No. Okay,
wasn't
well
one of
now
his
you're
either?
going to make
Okay.
me Google
Actually-
about what Elmore Leonard.
I mean, so go ahead.
But this is a Western, isn't it?
no, it's not a
Justified,
Western.
isn't it?
No, it's not a Western.
Oh, it's
No.
not.
No,
He's a
It
U.S.
is-
Marshal.
Yeah, he's a
Yes.
U.S. Marshal.
Oh, so I
he's
just-
he's
The
it's like
cowboy hat
it's like a
and-
modern
Walker,
day
Texas Ranger.
Western. Yeah. So like Jackie Brown was him, Out of Sight, Get Shorty.
Jackie Brown, wasn't that a Tarantino?
It was Tarantino who directed it.
He
but
directed,
it
he
was
didn't write it.
originally
Oh, he
it
didn't
was
write
an
it.
Elmore Leonard short
Yeah.
story. So
It
this
was called
guy,
Rum Punch, and then they adapted
Oh,
it
you're
to
right.
Jackie
Yes.
Brown.
Yes.
And then he
yes.
also did 310 to Yuma.
Ooh, that's a
Really
good one.
good. Yeah.
The original?
Out of Sight? What?
Yep.
J-Lo?
yeah, you just ignore that one.
no, we
But
can't
anyway-
ignore it. There's losers in there too.
Is that the Clooney
Mhm.
one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one.
anyway,
when it came out,
so
people loved it.
He's
Yeah.
the
Yeah, no,
writer. He
Clooney's
does
so
all
hot.
these short
Yeah,
stories.
he is.
And they are just
He's also
super
Batman.
fucking cool. Like this guy can write, and the Hollywood loves to adapt them because I've read his books and I understand why Hollywood loves them because he writes very much like a screenplay. Like there's just lines, and when you're reading it from a book, you're like, this is really sparse. But from an actor, like you're like, oh, there's so much I can do with this. And it's just really good. So Justified was based on a short story of Elmore Leonard. They made fucking like 5 seasons out of it on FX. It was amazing. I love the entire fucking thing. And then they brought it back like 8 years later, and they're doing a limited series now on FX. It's an 8-episode run. It is fucking fantastic. I am just enjoying it so much. And I don't even think it's just because of my love of Timothy Olyphant, which I will get into in detail in a moment. It is just because
you're gonna give us detail how much you love another man.
Yes.
Oh, okay. We're here for that. Number 2, though, what's the show about? You haven't told me yet.
It's a U.S. Marshal.
That's not enough. Give me some more details. Like, what's the plot of this show?
The show or the City Primeval? Which
Primeval.
one?
The Primeval. What's the plot of the Primeval?
Primeval. He's a fish out of water. He's in Detroit. He is from Eastern Kentucky. He ends up in Detroit seeking a fugitive of some kind, and ends up wrapped up into this murder plot. This judge gets murdered, and he's got to figure out who does it.
Right. When does any of it take place on 8 Mile?
No.
I won't be watching it. Go ahead and tell me about your love for Timmy Olyphant.
Oh, so when I went into it, I see some pictures of Tim on the red carpet. I'm like, I was in love with you. I am in love with you. You look really hot, but like lately you're looking a little old. I don't know. Maybe you're past your prime. And then he shows up in Justified City Primeval. And I'm like, I take it all back, because clearly you can make it work when it counts, because holy fucking shit. He's so fucking hot. So
question is, would you make him get a vasectomy?
Yes. I would make everyone get a vasectomy.
Whoa, everyone. Wow.
Not before I just took that man to town.
Oh, okay. So you would let him, then he would get it done. So
no, he would get it done, and then I would take him to town.
Oh, okay. I was going to say,
or
elephants running
barrier
around.
methods. Those are
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you still in
7th grade.
Got
it. The dry humping thing, like junior prom and stuff.
Where would you take him? You take him to town.
What town would you take him?
I clearly can't do anything for a week or so. You busting a stitch on that shit.
Yeah, what town are we taking him to?
Exactly.
Oh, there's all kinds of things you can do
what?
without having to.
I just want to hit the one town we're taking him to. Just the one.
Pound Town.
Okay, we got Pound Town.
Pussy Town.
What is it?
Town.
Any town. Pussy Town. Just Pussy Town.
It doesn't matter. I fucking love this guy. He's so fucking hot.
I love the fact that it's a whole town. Just a whole town. People interview him next.
Flavor Town? Who's going to Flavor Town?
Yeah, who's going to Flavor Town? That's right.
He's going to Flavor Town. If you know what I mean.
Wow. That is high praise for yourself.
I
Good
get
job.
thirsty. I have several actors I get thirsty over.
Okay, you have to name 2 more before we go to break.
Timothy Olyphant,
Okay.
Chris Evans, Robert Downey Jr. Those are top 3.
Wow, Robert Downey even at his age, huh?
Yeah, thirsty.
Oh,
but as Tropic Thunder, Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, right. As a black guy.
I don't care.
Yeah, all right.
Charisma.
I'm a guy playing a guy playing whatever that crazy ass line is.
Playing a dude.
A dude, yeah.
Disguised as another dude.
Another dude. Yeah, there you go. All right, we'll take a break here on that note. Oh my God. Here on Nerds Talking the Podcast, we'll be right back after this. Hello, Tom here from the DPA. Letting you know that we've started a criminal investigation division. That's right, the DPA is here for you. You wonder how? Well, have you ever been assaulted, robbed at gunpoint, murdered, raped, scammed for every dollar you have? The DPA is here to help. Did you happen to get a dick pic of this criminal? Well, we're here to help. At the DPA, the dickpicanalysis.com group, we can find out who this criminal was, their age, their sex, their race, their religion, where they're located at this moment, and how you can lock them up. That's right, upload the criminal's dick pic and we'll know where he's at with an 8% accuracy. That's right, 8% accuracy to catch this criminal. You've heard of DNA analysis and going back 30 plus years to convict someone. Well, this is all new technology. The DPA dickpicanalysis.com group now catches criminals. Just upload your dick pic, not your own. You don't want to be guilty, but the criminals. and we'll do the rest of the work. The DPA, here for you anytime.
The DPA is not responsible for wrong convictions. We've only used this analysis on our own junks, and 3 out of 5 of us are now on parole. So clearly it works. Just not sure which way. If you've taken a picture of a criminal's junk, we are impressed. Also, 2 of us think OJ is innocent. The DPA, dickpicanalysis.com. Not a real website. Nerds Talking Podcast. Now back to the show.
Welcome back to Nerds Talking the Podcast. I'm here with Johnny, Carlos, Laura, and I'm Lafayette. Remember to rate, subscribe, review, turn on notifications, tell your friends every Tuesday and Friday. New episode of Nerds Talking the Podcast. Johnny, got something for you here. All right. Why didn't the Filipino banana go to school?
I don't know.
He wasn't peeling well. All right, there we go. That's all. It's got that one there.
That's pretty good. He wasn't peeling well.
Can they not pronounce F sounds?
Nah, that's a Filipino thing.
Yeah, it's a Filipino. It's got to explain the F to people sometimes, and Anyway, there you go. Little joke there, little haha. Set the mood before we talk about Connor Ratliff, an actor that was in the movie or the show Band of Brothers. Johnny has listened to his podcast lately called Dead Eye. Is it Dead Eye or Dead Eyes?
Dead Eyes.
Johnny, what the hell's going on with you in Dead Eyes?
So this podcast came out a few years ago. There's 3 seasons now. I think in 2020 it was voted the best podcast out there by whoever does that shit. But this actor, Connor Ratliff, he had a small part in Band of Brothers, and then at the last minute, his agent was like, "Hey, you need to get back. They do a re-audition because Tom Hanks says you have dead eyes," and so he goes back, does a re-audition, and he's like a struggling actor at this point. He's living in London, and that's where they're shooting in Europe somewhere. And
the English boys in Band of Brothers.
Yeah. So then he rereads his part and then goes into the hallway, and then they let him go. And okay, we're gonna go another way, and they still paid him, which was cool. But the podcast is about his journey, like afterwards, leading up to it. It's not a podcast that like bashes Tom Hanks. Like Tom Hanks is America's, sweetheart. Everyone loves Tom Hanks, and so he's not bashing Tom Hanks. It's just his personal journey. It's fantastic. It's well edited, yeah. So you guys should check it out. But I mean, he breaks down, what it's like to be an actor. He interviews like famous actors. John Hamm's on there. They did plays together in Missouri, I think.
St. Louis. John Hamm is a St. Louis native.
Yeah, and John Hamm goes through his struggles. Like at one point, there was a casting director that had told his agent, I believe. I don't think they told him, but they said, "Don't send John Hamm to any more of our like castings because John Hamm will never be on TV. He will never be a TV star." And that person might have been a little wrong because he's fantastic. So anyways, I really recommend this podcast, Dead Eyes. I think you can get it on every platform. So yeah, it just made me also question like Carlos's experience, because we've been friends a long time, but I've never really asked you about acting. You just like occasionally come up, "Hey, I got a part in this," or "I'm doing this." You had a side part jogging or some shit like that. Do you remember that? It was like, I don't know. I don't know what movie.
Boys and Girls. It's some Freddie Prinze Jr. movie.
Yeah, and then you were just like part of a group that was just running by, and so like I never like really asked you about what it's like to audition, and did you have an agent? Because you moved to LA for a minute, right?
Yeah, but in LA, I only did. They have a Columbia Film School down there, so I only did like student projects down there. I auditioned for other stuff like independent films and stuff. Never landed one, but the senior projects or student films or whatever at Columbia, I did a couple of those. That's all I really did in LA. I mean, the auditioning was cool. I mean, you got the guy at the gate, like the Warner Brothers lot. "Hey, I'm here for this." "Oh yeah, just go back there and drive over there," or whatever. So just for me, that was kind of cool, just to drive on the lot, like, "Oh yeah, I'm an actor here to check out, try out for this part." But yeah, the auditioning, when you first do it, it's obviously nerve wracking. But after you do it so many times, and you're like, fuck, is this finally going to be the one? You kind of get numb to it, and you just do the part. So maybe that's a problem too, because sometimes you're kind of in that attitude of, I don't really give a shit. Let me just read this.
Right.
So I'm probably not going to get it anyway. But I've never
you're not a full-time actor. You're still working a normal job.
Right.
And then,
Right.
Yeah.
But I've never once been to an audition where you see, like in the movies, somebody shows up for an audition and the hallway is full of all these people that all look alike.
Mhm.
I've never ever seen that ever in my experience. I've gone to an audition. There's maybe like 4 or 5 people in the room. None of them are there for the same part that you are. And then you go in and read your part and then you leave. And I'm sure auditions go out all day or the next day, whatever, but I've never seen that ever. I've never experienced that ever.
Now, did you ever consider doing like the improv groups? Like I forget which one they have down south, but the UCB Groundlings. Yeah, UCB is a big one.
That's a whole nother animal, though. Improv is a whole nother
that's
animal.
totally different. That's like, I think you have to kind of have those comedy chops also.
But that's also a window for a lot of people to get into the business, right? Like they get
on
into
the comedy side, yeah.
Yeah. Because in that podcast, Dead Eyes, after he got rejected, like he worked at a bookstore for a long time, but then he went to UCB and like made a name for himself, and he's got a few parts here and there, but I don't know. What's the most you ever made? Upright Citizens Brigade.
Yes.
Upright Citizens.
And when you said he worked at a bookstore,
that one is Chicago, isn't it?
Yeah,
Upright
I think
Citizens
so.
Brigade
I think
is
it is.
Chicago.
it might
And
be.
then Groundlings is New
It's
in
York.
LA.
I may have that flip.
Those are Groundlings
oh,
in
no.
LA also.
Yeah,
Those are
LA.
Groundlings in
Maybe
LA.
I have that flip flopped. I don't remember.
But when you said he worked at a bookstore at Amac, he thought Tower Records. So just want to throw that out there.
Love Tower.
Okay, cool.
Me too.
So,
Audio.
Carlos, when you were auditioning, you weren't like, scrambling for the next part to like pay your rent, right? Like you
No.
had a day job.
I had a job.
Yeah. Different kind of thing.
Did you have an agent?
I did have an agent for a short while, but they sent me only on a handful of auditions. I had to kind of get auditions myself through the Hollywood Reporter, the back of the Hollywood Reporter,
Mhm.
through other websites and stuff like that. You find out where the stuff is going on, and you contact them, and you send their headshot, and if they like you, they'll ask you to come in for an audition.
How long did you do that? Like how many years are we talking? Like 1 year, 5 years, 6 months?
5 years,
More
5
than
years,
that,
wow.
but
though.
only 1 year in LA, and then I say 5 years. If you put it total 5 years, but it was spread out 5 years. It wasn't just 5 years in a row.
Okay.
Now try it for a while. I'm like, well, it's clearly not working. Then I get the bug again to want to do it again. And then I try it again and again. But every time I've tried it, I've been successful in at least landing either an independent film or getting the auditions. So it's not like it was time. To me, it wasn't really time wasted to just learn something new.
But
Yeah.
do you think you have to do it full time to be successful? Meaning you have to be at it, grind at it full time.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like you can have a job, but your other job is trying to be an actor,
Yeah. Well, your first job is trying to be the actor. The second job is the
just to pay the
waiter
bills.
or
Yes.
the book guy, a bookshop guy or whatever. Something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
Flexible hours, right? So you have a second job that pays the bills, but you have to have one that has flexible hours so you can make it to these auditions. Because with a 9 to
Right.
5 corporate job where you're making real money, you can't
No,
make it
you got to be
to
working a swing
auditions.
shift or a grave
Yeah.
shift.
Yeah.
or
Actors
something
don't
like
have
that.
real jobs. They have an
All
Etsy
auditions
store.
take place during the
Yeah.
day, so
Yeah. They don't. No, actors don't. Oh, come on now. I mean,
I
I give you some actors that were replaced when they got the role. Who's the most famous actor replaced after he got the role? We all know this one. We all
Back
know
to the
this
Future,
Back to the
Eric
Future.
Schultz.
Eric Stoltz. Yes.
yeah.
Eric Stoltz.
Stoltz.
Another one you guys might not remember. Dougray Scott. He was originally casted as Wolverine over
Did they start
Hugh
filming
Jackman.
though?
They were
Who is
just
it?
about to start filming, but he
Dougray
couldn't
Scott.
get out of his Mission Impossible 2 contract. He really wanted to play
Dougray?
Wolverine.
Oh, I know what he looks like. Yeah. I know who he is.
No,
Yeah.
much
Yes,
better,
yes.
much better
Yes.
choice than Hugh Jackman. I know who you're talking
The
about.
movie Knocked Up that put Katherine Heigl on the map. Anne Hathaway first casted, and then said it's just this movie's too like graphic for her. She did not want to do it.
It's a very vulgar movie, so I
Yeah, but it's
get
such a
that.
good one.
Phenomenal movie. Go watch that movie back. You'll notice how many stars are in it now, like compared to then when they weren't really anybody. But how they all use their real names. So Jonah goes by Jonah. Like they all go by their real names. All the actors in the movie just use their real names. You can clearly tell Judd Apatow just casted all his friends.
Dude, that was
just
far.
Just use your real names.
That was far from her first gig. Though.
Yeah, she was on what?
No, she was
Grey's
already on
Anatomy
Grey's
or
Anatomy.
She was
something?
for Grey's Anatomy, but that put her on the movie map because then she quit Grey's Anatomy because of how big that movie went. I mean, it was just massive.
I remember her in Under Siege too.
Oh,
it was like Steven Seagal's niece or something like that. She was so hot. She was in My Father the Hero.
I like how you're going through her IMDb. Ryan
Her
Gosling
filmography.
originally casted for The Lovely Bones over Mark Wahlberg. Showed up to shoot 60 pounds overweight. And when Peter Jackson said, "Why the hell did you gain all this weight?" He said, "Well, when I read the script, I kind of figured that's what this guy looked like." And he got fired and replaced with Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, that sucks.
I think he would have done a better job than Wahlberg.
Well, anybody.
It was a good movie, but I think he'd have done better.
Apocalypse Now. Harvey Keitel was already filming the part that Martin Sheen had. And what's his name? Coppola was so unhappy with it. Was it? I think, yeah, Coppola, Francis Ford Coppola, and said, no. You're the wrong person. Harvey Keitel, get out of here. Martin Sheen came in and took his place. Which has to suck, right? When you say they say you shot for like a month, and then they go through all the dailies and go, "Man, this is not the right guy.
You suck.
Yeah, you suck.
You have dead eyes.
Oh,
Yeah.
there
What's that gonna do to you? I mean, like
Tom Hanks.
A lot of the people that you named, like they ended up still having like roles in
for
a
sure,
movie career,
for sure.
you know. But
it's just that these are significant roles for them, you know, that they,
Mhm.
They lost, for just because the director was like, this is not it. He sucks. I mean, I know we cast him, but he sucks. Like,
to be fair, on Connor Ratcliffe and his dead eyes, like as soon as you mentioned his name, I Googled him and I can see exactly what Tom Hanks was talking about, like looking at the photos of him. Like he does have dead fucking eyes. I get it, Tom. I'm on your side. I'll testify for you.
oh, so you're good with Tom Hanks just firing people, huh?
This guy, I agree. He has dead eyes. I
know,
know the exact part that he was fired for. It was a very small bit part, and I don't know that anybody would notice. But looking at Connor Ratcliffe, you do. I'm sorry, you have dead eyes. You have weird eyes.
Don't you think
look
those type of
kinda
eyes
crazy.
are appropriate for World War II?
You gotta have
series,
dead
you know?
eyes. Yeah,
He was a fucking desk guy, like an assistant that they asked to go get a bacon sandwich and type up reports.
Yeah. Well,
I think Tom Hanks is allowed to fire anyone, even if he just had your regular job.
He walks in.
Just walks
Fire
in.
me.
to McDonald's.
Hey, with it, if
man.
Tom
Anybody.
Hanks fired
You're
me
fired.
in my day job, I'd be like, all right, Tom.
Yeah, you just accept it. You're just like,
No.
what do I say?
yeah,
I mean,
But if he said
You
he
might
had
be
dead
onto
eyes,
something,
I
Tom.
would disagree, but that's me. I have very expressive face.
yeah.
indeed you
If
do.
you go back to your list, there's some actors that are actually kind of interesting choices that surprise were cast and then replaced.
Yes.
Did you know Sylvester Stallone was replaced by Eddie Murphy in Beverly Hills Cop?
I did. That was actually made
Yeah.
for Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah.
They couldn't afford him.
seems bizarre.
Stallone
Yeah.
was
He
just
wanted-
too big.
No, he wanted to shift the script to be more heroic, so his character
Yeah,
was
he
more
wanted
of
less
an
comedy.
action figure.
Yes.
No.
He didn't
So
want a comedy.
I was listening to, or I saw a clip of a podcast recently about that.
Wait, you
And
saw
so-
a clip of a podcast?
Yeah, some
Okay,
podcasts
YouTube.
do videos.
Video podcast.
What?
Yeah.
No way, Carl. Let's get on that.
No, the good ones. The good ones do this. So they brought the script to Stallone, and then he basically rewrote it, put more action, put more explosions into it, and then they were like, well, to make all this action, like we now no longer can afford you. We can't. Yeah, it's just
So the
too
budget got
much.
too high.
And, yeah, because he was such a big name at the time, and I think they had Eddie Murphy in mind originally, and then the the theater or the studio wanted Stallone, and that's how all that played out. But yeah, Stallone was a big part of it. He could have been Beverly Hills Cop. It wouldn't have been the same. It wouldn't have been the same.
You know what though? It still would have been a massive hit, a massive success.
Oh yeah, in the 80s.
And you know what? He got to play Beverly Hills Cop because that's what Tango and Cash was. He was the hotshot LA cop, you know, and Russell was the street gritty cop, you know.
Yeah.
So he got to do it, you know.
Eventually.
Yeah. You know, Lori Petty. You guys all know Lori Petty, right?
Yep.
League of Their
Tank
Own,
Girl.
Tank Girl.
Oh,
She shot 2 days on Demolition Man. She was actually the role of Sandra Bullock. And after 2 days of shooting, they were like, "You are the wrong person," and they fired her ass and got Sandra Bullock in there. Yeah, it's a great choice right there.
It's interesting, yeah. As you read through a lot of these, I'm like, I get it. You know, you can't see anybody else in that role.
Well, Annette Bening was replaced by Michelle Pfeiffer in Batman Returns.
Ah,
I
really?
mean,
Yeah.
Again,
interesting.
no,
She had to quit
be Michelle Pfeiffer
because she was pregnant, and then Michelle Pfeiffer.
Well, remember this is quite a ways back. So Annette Bening, at that time probably
she was an Oscar winner at the time. So
yeah. And we all know the Jean-Claude Van Damme one, right? Predator. We all know.
Oh yeah.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
I honestly though, I feel like that one could have worked either way.
Yeah, exactly.
What?
Yeah, I think.
I love Predator. It's a great movie.
But here's the thing,
but he was not the. Have you seen?
Yeah, he wasn't the Predator.
Yeah,
he wasn't the. He was totally
different.
Totally different. You're right.
He was
sorry.
Totally
I was thinking of him in Arnold's spot. No, you're right. He was as
you know
Predator.
What?
That would not have
lied.
worked.
Would have been a much better movie.
Hell no, because we would have just seen Jean-Claude split kick.
That's right, split kick the Predator. Would have been way better.
It had a flashback of when his sensei taught him how to kill aliens.
Yeah, it's just blood sport.
And then the alien
Predator overlay.
Cuts the bill of his giant's head off with the.
Yeah, that's right. Oh man. Okay. You know they're redoing. Are they redoing Bloodsport? I heard they're redoing, or they're making another one.
Sequels before.
No, but they're making a new one. It's either Bloodsport or Kickboxer where Jean-Claude's in it.
They did a Kickboxer where he was in it.
They did do one, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, they did one already.
Not too long. Not too long ago.
Not great. Not great.
Yeah. Also, James. You guys know who James Purefoy is?
No.
Anyway, he was originally casted as V in V for Vendetta. And then about halfway through, he's like, "F this crap. You can't see my face. I don't want to be in it." So then they got Hugo Weaving to take his place. And,
that was
who
dumb.
was that?
Hugo Weaving came in and took his place.
No. Who was the original cast?
James Purefoy.
Oh, James Purefoy.
No idea who
He's
that
been
who
in,
he is.
Yeah, he's been in quite a few movies. Yeah.
And
so,
what about Viggo Mortensen? He took over Stuart Townsend's spot for Lord of the Rings.
That's right, he did. That's right. That's true. That is true. There you go. So I mean, it's happened a lot. Probably more than people think. Where somebody's already on set, they're already kind of getting geared up, ready to go, and they're like, "Nope, you're not it. After all, sorry." So it's kind of, and so Dead Eyes. I don't feel bad for him. It's happened to bigger names than him. So now I feel like his podcast wasting my time. God damn it.
He's just bitching. He's just bitching on his podcast
because my eyes.
You have no heart, is why. That is
true.
your
Number one,
main problem.
Number one, and that's gonna be the name of my podcast. Fuck your eyes.
Yeah, the Tin Man. In search of a
It's an
heart.
interesting podcast. I've never listened to it, but I bet that would be an interesting perspective, right? On like the rejects, the Hollywood rejects.
It would be like interviewing them, and their story of. So you only lasted like 2 weeks on set. Yeah, I thought it was going good, and then somebody said you suck, and I got fired. And
I mean, to think about that, I mean, it was a small bit part, but it's a small bit part on Tom Hanks / Steven Spielberg project for HBO. I mean, it was the hottest ticket in town, and
Does Spielberg really hold any more weight these days? Come on now.
Oh yeah, he does.
When you watch Band of Brothers, you're like, oh my god, the people in the background: Michael Fassbender, James McAvoy. I mean, like all what's his fuck? The guy who plays Venom.
What's his
Tom Hardy?
fuck?
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy. Yes. Tom Hardy was in it. Like all of these characters that have all these bit parts, just like this, then went on to be fucking superstars. So, I mean, that could very well have been your in.
But not
I mean,
for
it wasn't the
Connor.
guy.
Look at his look. He doesn't have the look. He doesn't have a look.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't.
Hey,
And the
you know,
guy
no.
actually who they replaced him with also doesn't have the look. He doesn't have any panache, but he doesn't have dead eyes.
You know what's
He
what
over
he
here.
has him on his podcast.
Oh,
The person
really?
person that replaced him.
And what did
No
he
shit.
say?
You know, like he had no idea that
The whole
someone
story
had the
behind it.
part, and they were like trying to rebuild the timeline of it. And he's like, well, I remember like after I got the part, like we watched an England versus so and so match. He's like, well, if that was on a Monday, then you know you got the part like hours after I got fired, type of thing. And they like it was just a really interesting thing. And then, you know, as an actor, he had his like sad stories of how I don't think he ever got fired or had something like big like this ever taken away, but it's really interesting. You guys should check it out.
Dennis Hopper, also fired from the Truman Show. He was originally the crazed producer running the Truman Show behind the
Which
scenes,
ended up
played
being
by
Ed Harris, right?
Ed Harris.
Ed Harris did a
And
great job on that one.
Exactly.
Yeah, he did.
So 2 days into filming, the producer said, "You suck for this role. Kick rocks, Jack," and he was fired. And there's that.
Also, I would also put number 4 on my like top Hollywood guys that I totally boned down on, and Damian
Dennis.
I
Hopper.
would
Lewis.
bone down.
Dennis
Damian
Hopper?
Lewis in Band of Brothers. is
Oh, okay. Okay. I thought you
That
said.
fucking ginger. Good
I
God.
thought you meant Dead Eyes. Oh well.
Fiery
well.
ginger eyes.
Woo, ginger eyes.
He has red eyes.
Oh, Donnie
Wow.
Wahlberg was in it.
Yeah,
David
he was a
Schwimmer,
main. He was
had
a
a
main
pretty big part.
character.
Mhm.
Yeah, David Schwimmer had a big part.
Jimmy
Schwimmer.
Fallon was in it. I mean,
Oh,
there were a
stuck there.
ton of like Simon Pegg, like a ton
Yep.
of
Mm-hmm.
big actors.
So if you
in
want to
there.
watch Band of Brothers, it's actually just hit Netflix.
No, it did
For
not.
real,
It did. Yeah. HBO's
Really?
dumped a lot of content
Oh,
onto
wow.
Netflix. Yes. So HBO
Oh,
has
God, if
started
anybody
to dump
hasn't seen
content
Band
on
of
Netflix.
Brothers,
So
watch it
you can
ASAP.
check it out on there. And of course, you guys know Johnny Depp, right? You guys know Johnny Depp.
I'm
Ooh.
familiar.
He was
Depp versus Heard.
I heard about that guy.
Yeah. He was
Good one.
let go or replaced in I think the Fantastic Beasts.
Oh,
that
he
was because of his
that.
troubles, though. Yeah,
Yeah, because of
that
his
hits
trial
me in
and
my
all his.
feels.
Yeah.
I feel bad for him on that one.
Yeah. I mean, same as Kevin Spacey, right? He filmed the whole entire movie, then he replaced him.
Yeah.
Which movie?
The movie All the Money in the World, starring Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, well,
Uh,
I never heard of the movie, and I guess we know now why.
Pretty good movie. A true story about a kidnapping of a rich family, a son of a rich family, and he plays like the grandfather. Kevin Spacey played the grandfather that basically has all the money to get the kid back. Then they play.
Yeah,
then they
but Kevin
replace him.
Spacey legitimately did something wrong. He was like a fucking child predator versus
Recently acquitted.
Depp,
Let's
which is
slow down.
Right.
Slow down.
we all know.
You
he's
know,
Yeah.
again, a party in 1989 that's not corroborated by anyone, but you know, the pool boy. I don't know what to tell you. So
Who replaced him? I forget who replaced Spacey.
Oh, much older actor. Oh my god.
That doesn't help.
As the
Was-
the
there's
grandfather,
an
whatever.
old guy named Christopher Plummer.
There it is.
Yep.
Christopher Plummer. He
Plummer.
replaced Kevin. You have to understand, this movie was done. I mean, done, ready to come out like a month away.
Oh.
They went and reshot almost the whole entire thing.
And what's his
Because of
name was
that.
replaced in Army of the Dead.
Yeah.
The
You didn't know that?
helicopter pilot.
Yeah. He was replaced by the female, the other chick.
Yeah.
Tig Notaro.
Tig.
Yeah, Tig.
Notaro.
And if you go and watch a special featurette on that,
Mm.
Tig Notaro shot her whole everything on a green screen with nobody else, just by herself.
That's pretty
That's
good.
it. Crazy though, right? If you watch it, you can never tell. It's crazy. There you go. Actors that replaced, fired, and Dead Eyes. So Dead Eyes does sound like it's a good one though, because he took one instance in his career and just rode it to the end.
Turned it into
and he
gold.
made
Like,
it.
I'm gonna
He
just-
made it into a story. It made it into a podcast. Podcasting, man, It's the last bastion of fucking free speech. You know, there's no gatekeepers. You just put that shit out. People hear what you got to say, no matter how fucking stupid and dumb it is.
That is true.
Hello.
Just describe our show. Thank you.
Podcast and
No,
Pornhub.
I wasn't describing our show.
And
I
all
was
the idiots who
describing-
listen to them.
I was describing
Those are the
some of the other
gatekeepers. If they don't
podcasts
listen.
that my legit insane brother listens to, that like they're just, you know, conspiracy theorists like ranting into their phone.
Yeah.
But they have a platform. But that's the beauty
That
of
is
podcasting.
true. And we're going to change our
all have a
platform coming
platform.
up.
Are we?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. COVID's back. And it's the tyranny of government's going to lock you out again and wear a mask. It's like, hopefully that gets more listeners. Spread the word, everyone. We're just.
I've had a lot to drink.
Well, what's new?
Yeah. Never heard
Your
that
husband
from
should be the
Laura.
one that's drinking. You know what you should do is go into the room and start popping champagne bottles to celebrate his nuts. Just, you know, just like he's like, what are we celebrating? I'm happy as shit. Like, party it up, and then you can test it out. There you go.
I feel like when I get it done, I'm gonna have like unusual side effects.
Oh,
like
you would not. You
like
you
Such
definitely.
as
Your hair will start growing back.
that's what I'm
strong.
saying. Like my hair is gonna grow back. All of a sudden, I got a 6-pack. What the?
I was gonna
shit?
say every day he's losing like 3 pounds a day. What the fuck? I look better now.
Whoa. So what you're trying to say now is you're not fat, you're full of jizz. Is that what you're telling me right now? Is that what's going on?
And at night it leaks out of his pores. He wakes up every morning. Oh man, I'm so sticky. What is going on here?
Gotta take a shower, so I'm gonna lose some weight.
Yeah, exactly. Just keeps on masturbating to lose weight.
They're gonna do studies about me. Just wait.
If that was an offer though, where they're like, look,
You're
we
gonna
can
get a
do this.
vasectomy, your second dimple's gonna come up.
Yeah, exactly. No, but if that was an actual option where they're like, look, if you have this procedure done, you can fill in the blank. Would you do it?
You'll be yoked.
Yeah, whatever it
Yes.
is. You could pick one
yes.
Fuck yeah.
thing. Okay.
Without a doubt. I don't have the vast difference, but of tubal ligation and then I get skinny. Fuck yeah.
There we go. There we go, everyone. Now we know we have no standards here. None. All right. Well, that's our show, everyone.
We got
That's pretty much
kids,
it.
is what you're saying.
That is true.
The people on this side, we got kids. So
Yeah,
we're
no
done.
kids here because, well, I like money. All right, everyone. That's our show. We're Nerds Talking the podcast. Anybody else have anything before we leave?
Dead
Come on.
Eyes. Check it out. Such a good
You already
podcast.
said that like 5 times.
Oh, I'm sorry.
This guy
Yeah.
paying you? This guy paying you?
Yeah. What's the deal? Joy of Valentine. Fat guy loves cake. Check it out. Like, Impolite Society. It's out there. You can check it out. It's coming back. I plug everything. Fuck it. You know, Salty Nerds, the podcast. Like, fuck it. Plug it all. Damn it.
October 2nd, Impolite Society. That's
Whoa,
our
we have an
Season
launch
actual-
two,
date.
right?
We have a
Season two?
date.
Are you gonna
We
drop
have
it
an
all at
actual-
once? Drop it.
Yeah, it's a Netflix thing.
Undetermined. We've
That's a
got
good idea.
a couple of episodes in the can, working on them now, but October 2nd, that's our release date. So we're trying to bank some episodes.
But that's actually a good idea, Johnny. If you're just doing a series, why not just dump it like Netflix? Just dump it all at once.
Because it's more fun to watch the numbers climb over time. That's why.
Yeah, but then like Dead Eyes, the one that I was talking
Oh my
about. Did I talk about this one?
Oh,
So anyways,
damn it.
That podcast is like 3 years old, and you're not going to get the full scope of those numbers. You're going to get those people that discover it late and really enjoy it. And yeah,
Upside downside, okay? Do you want to wait week after week for the next episode? Or if you were to listen to the whole thing at once, would you be more likely to tell somebody about it if it's all out at once?
Podcasting for me, week by week, for sure, because I just don't have the time to.
Well, remember, you can listen to it still at your own
Watch.
pace,
yeah.
but
Give it to me all at once.
But I'm just saying, you can listen to
don't
it-
make me wait.
you can listen to one episode every
Fucking
day if you want, right?
Tease. Bullshit.
Time to
I'm full of
listen to
jizz, man. Come on, like, you can't be waiting like that.
It must be in your fucking ears. Like, Anyway, all right. Well, that's our show, everyone. I mean, we went to jizz talk all of a sudden. Anyway, that's it. That's our show. Thanks for tuning in. For Johnny.
See ya.
For Laura.
Just talking the podcast.
For Carlos.
Just
Bye-bye.
And I'm Lafayette. Thanks for tuning in. Nerds Talking the Podcast. We'll catch you next time.